Good evening. Welcome back to another segment of Auto Knows Better. It's 8 years to the day since Sheffield Wednesday put 6 past Leeds United. Thankfully, things have improved since 2014. A hell of a lot. But we're going to blow away the Christmas cobwebs. We're going to talk all things FA Cup, talk all things VAR, and obviously we're going to look ahead to West Ham United against a bit like deja vu. This from last week. So last week was the FA Cup, this week is the league. And joining us tonight, we've got Carl. Good evening, Carl.
All right, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Mighty.
Excellent. We've got Adam, of course. Good evening, Adam.
Evening, how are we?
Very well, thank you. Are you?
Aye, Sal, mate. Looking forward to this.
And of course, we've got Luke, the man who presses all the buttons. Evening, buddy.
I wouldn't go that far, mate. But yeah, I've just got a bone. Before we get started, I've got a bone to pick with you. You've been on with us how long now, and he's still calling it Auto Knows Better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, mate. You do better.
I'm still a novel. Brilliant. So here we are again. It's Tuesday evening. We're going to blow a bit of the cobwebs. Obviously, we've done the Burnley game last week in the last week's show. It was all about the FA Cup, really, and like usual, Leeds United's FA Cup run, starting and ending in the third round. It has done for the past 4 seasons. I'll sort of start off with you, Carl. Where did it really lie in the priorities this year? And were you that disappointed that we got knocked out on Sunday?
I don't think so, no. I think I put in the group chat with about 10 minutes to go. I'd take a 1-0 defeat now at this stage because I think extra time would have absolutely battered us. And I wouldn't have had much hope going down the following week, to be honest with you, because we'd have been wrecked if I'm honest. We're on our bare bones at the moment. So yeah, I'm not disappointed we're out. I'd much rather just carry on the way we're going and just get the league sorted, I think, really, you know.
I'll sort of come to you then, Adam. The FA Cup, has it lost a lot of its magic sort of down the years? I know West Ham put a strongish team out against Leeds on Sunday, but you look around the country and a lot of sides puts over, certainly Liverpool did against Shrewsbury on Sunday afternoon at Anfield.
Yeah, I don't care anymore about the FA Cup. I think it lost its appeal when we stopped playing games in the semi-finals at grounds like Villa Park and Hillsborough and Elland Road, and it's a fucking cash cow, isn't it? It's got no... I'm asked with it. I'm asked with any cup competition. I don't care. We're never going to win them at this point, so I don't know why we even bother. Simple as that. They're boring. It's only good for lower league teams.
It's a pot, right? We're done for tonight. That's it. Nice knowing you.
Done. Can I go to bed now?
Yeah. As for cup competitions, Luke, from a Leeds United perspective, we've won the FA Cup once. We've got to the final since 1973. Last got to the quarterfinals in 2003. It's not been a great competition for Leeds down the years, has it?
No, mate, it hasn't. And I was there at Histon. I was there at Cambridge when they were beating us at 1-0 at half time. I've had some absolutely dreadful days out in the FA Cup. I was there on Sunday. But yeah, look,
on the moon on Sunday.
Maybe I should stop going to games. Look, I kind of disagree with what Adam said. The cup is still magical for those lower league teams. You look at Kidderminster Harriers. Exactly. You look at your other teams that are, they're not knocking giants out, and it's the biggest day of a lot of their fans' lives, probably as a football fan. Us being relatively, up there with the giants. We probably view it slightly differently to your lower league teams. So I can still see the beauty of the cup. But yeah, Adam's quite right. I mean, I don't give a shite about the cup at the moment. Our prerogative is to stay in the Premier League, and going out of the cup at this stage is going to go well toward supporting us doing that, I think.
Carl, I'll ask you then. Leeds go into the game. If Leeds were, say, 10th in the league, would you have been more disappointed if they were higher up in the league rather than sort of brought in a relegation battle? Would you have been more disappointed had we gone out on... Obviously, we did go out, but had we lost on Sunday?
Well, I think everyone's opinion would be if we were higher up in the league and a better position player-wise, I think everyone would have been disappointed to go out in the third round, especially if we would have been in a position where we're not looking over our shoulders as such. But I think the reality of it is, like, we're not in a position where we can concentrate on a cup as much as I'd love to have won it in our 50th year since our last win. Like, I think just be done with it now. Don't get me wrong, I love a cup run. And if we were in a position to go on one, I'd have said go for it. Like, but we're not, and we don't have the points to not be worried about it, and B, the players. So can't afford it. Like, we just can't. So I'm not disappointed.
If everyone agrees with me, then it's shit, and we don't want to be.
I'm not saying it's shit. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said if we were in a position where we were. Anyway, you know what I said, motherfucker.
I'll sort of come to you, Adam. We were sat there 1:00. Obviously, the team had been leaked by somebody on social media. Saw the debuts of Leo Helder and Lewis Bates, and of course the first start for Sam Greenwood. What did you sort of make of their performances on Sunday?
Do you know what? I didn't watch a lot of it, if I'm honest with you, because I'm just arsed with it.
Look, mate, what's the point getting this fucker on?
I don't know, man.
I said this the other week. No, I think it's good, and I think this is the point in it. I think for teams who are, if you're in the top 5 in the Premier League, you've got a chance of winning the cup. If you're anybody else, you've got no chance, and you're going to go out and you're just going to put tired. You're going to play more games than you really need to do, and you're going to go out in either the 6th round.
Tell Wigan that.
Quarterfinals. Well, when they won it, they got relegated. What do you want to do? Exactly. You want to win the FA Cup and get relegated.
You just said that you can only win the FA Cup if you're in the top 6 of the Premier League.
All right, so that aside, hear me out. No, this is bullshit. I'm not having this, right? So
has Jay shaved his hair off tonight and come on as Adam or what?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Like,
chopped himself off at the knees.
No, listen. You know, looking at, you know, that was a one-off, wasn't it? Let's be honest. You know, it's the big clubs dominate the cup. They dominate both cups, really, and then you have a mad thing like Millwall playing scum. Was it back in 2004 or something? And then you'll get a proper shit team like Wigan winning it. You might in the League Cup, you might get a Leicester winning it, like when the big boys can't be arsed and they play their under-23s. For anybody else, it's for anybody else in the bottom 10 of the Premier League. What's the point? Why if you've got a threadbare squad anyway? Why play it? Like why play the big boys? I don't care. Honestly, don't care. If we'd have played against Torquay or York or Kidderminster or somebody who we're expected to tongue,
we would have been playing Kidderminster away.
Well, we would have been, yeah. That's what I mean. But I'd have been excited about that because we should win that game. We should be able to play our under-23s, rest our seniors, and have a good weekend away. But if we're playing West Ham in the third round, I don't care. Let's lose it. Honestly, can give a fuck.
From a selfish perspective, that is, though, isn't it? I mean, we've got to take into account that certainly with COVID and everything as well, with fans being allowed back in the grounds, these smaller clubs, they can Kidderminster, for instance, drawn West Ham at home the next round. Yeah. They're probably going to get a year's worth of revenue in that one game. Do you know, they'll be financially secure because of this one game that they've drawn in the 4th round.
Exactly. And my point with the FA Cup and the way that the whole football league and the FA is run is all TV money should go to them lower league clubs in the third round.
I agree.
Why were Leeds West Ham on TV? Who gives a fuck? You see that twice a game on Sky or BT. Put Kidderminster on. Put Aldershot on. Put fucking whoever else. Cambridge beating Newcastle. Yeah. That should be. You know what I mean? Fuck West Ham Leeds.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that.
Well, like saying that, Adam, right? You know the way like the gate receipts are halved when the team plays away, so the gate receipts halved. In saying like all the money should go to the lower leagues, instead of saying all of the money should go to the lower leagues, should the lower leagues be given the option to play in, say, the bigger stadium if they get it? So say if it's a League 2 club gets like a Championship club who've got a 35,000 seater stadium, we can make more money off that and play away. No, but maybe an option.
No.
chance
Listen,
if Plymouth get Dalton or something, or Plymouth.
Yeah, I completely
Blackburn,
get where you're coming
trouble.
from, and the chance of making more money as a club. But it's
Yeah.
not just the club, is it? It's the buzz local.
Today.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean,
Well,
as
it
much
does
as
for
it
the
might be
community.
decent. You what? Sorry.
It's what it does for the communities as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah. I know. It's
Absolutely.
just
Simple as
you
that.
know, it's just a thought. Like,
Yeah.
It's a shit one to keep it to yourself.
Well, that's all I'm here
From
for
my
anyway.
perspective, I
Anyway,
think it doesn't help. You look ahead to the final. 20 years ago, the FA Cup final used to start on grandstand with all sorts of shenanigans like wing and what have you. I know I'm more than 50 years. Gary rightly said 50 years, 1972, 1973, last time I actually got to the final of Sunderland.
Slow down, stats. I can't hear you, mate.
Can't hear me. I'm going too quick.
You sound like a racehorse commentator.
I think, to me, the competition lost a lot of its magic. Number one, the semi-final should not be played at Wembley.
No.
The semi-finals should be played at Villa Park and Old Trafford, like they were years and years ago, because it just adds to the extra dimension. It's the road to Wembley, which is the FA Cup final, not the road to the semi-finals. Yeah. The footage for the finals, for me, should start in the morning. Like, they used to have It's a Knockout, they used to have inflatables, had all sorts, like Question of Sport, back in the 80s and early 90s.
It's a Knockout.
It's a Knockout, absolutely. It's brilliant. It was brilliant back in the day. And look, it's great.
They all done for nonsense, though, didn't they? So they have to have that on TV. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, it's great for the likes of Kidderminster Harriers to do what they're doing in training. I'm taking nothing away from that. But when you draw a Premier League side, it's just a dull game. That tie should not have been televised. Liverpool Shrewsbury should have been televised. Tottenham Morecambe should have been televised. Every year Man United are televised. I know why they're televised, because they're bringing all the revenue. I understand that. That last night was a Monday Premier League football match, not an FA Cup round game. And I think there's so many reasons why, in my opinion, the FA Cup isn't what it used to be. I used to love the draw, tuning in, and I know we did a live thing with the draw, and we got West Ham, and you think, oh, here we go again. And look, we were at Sutton. I think you were at Sutton back in 2017. I was at Newport in 2018. And it was great days for the home side. Obviously, it wasn't great for us. But I just feel with the FA Cup, it's because of the money involved in staying in the Premier League and also getting into the Champions League. I think you are probably going to get a winner from sort of the top 4, top 5. And I think from the last, off the top of my head, since the Premier League started, you've got Wigan, who won obviously in 2013 with a Ben Watson goal, and Leicester, who beat Chelsea last season. You look back and it is the top 4 that challenged for the FA Cup. And yeah, I used to love it as a kid and watching the draw.
The magic's gone, hasn't it? The magic's gone now. It's not. Yeah. The magic's gone. It's. I mean, the cup is always nice to get through and get a good cup run. It's nice to go to some places you've never been before. But ultimately, I mean, because of the money involved, as Adam probably said right near the start, actually, we probably could have not even bothered having this conversation. It is probably going to be won by it is likely to be won by one of the top 6 clubs in the Premier League. But look, you take away that magic and you take away people's dreams. So we've got to still play the cup games. Should we have played a strong? I suppose the question I've got for you all is: should we have played that? Would you have played that squad against West Ham, knowing that we play them the upcoming weekend? I mean, I predicted my team, and it was a lot weaker than the team that we fielded, especially given all the injuries and stuff that we've got going on at the minute. I mean, I just couldn't. I mean, I'm not Marcelo Bielsa. I've never been a football coach. I don't profess to be any better than anybody else, apart from that twat I was arguing with on Twitter earlier. But yeah, I just don't understand. I don't know. I understand him putting a few 23s in, but I don't understand why we still played. Rafinha came on at half time and Forshaw came on like we were chasing to go to extra time, which would have been absolutely fucking terrifying for us.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather play the 23s and got pumped 7-0.
Do you know what it is though? Marcelo openly said that he'd be outed for not respecting the competition if he didn't. And he has got he's got too much integrity. He's too honest, innit? As a coach and as a manager, I think. And anyway, fuck the cup.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
the conclusion we've come to after talking about the game for a little while is the fucking FA Cup. The magic is kind of there, but only for the top 6, as Adam stated right at the top of the bit.
Yes, we've got around the houses there, a bit like the walk back from the London Stadium to Westfields, which basically takes you fucking about 70 miles out of the way to walk back. But yeah,
it's funny you say that, Luke, because I've read a few comments that the ground's soulless and it's nothing. I've been to Upton Park and I thought Upton Park was a wonderful stadium, and I was there when Clayton scored the last-minute equaliser in August 2011. What was it like for you on Sunday going to that ground for the first time?
So I loved Upton Park as well. I went many years ago. It was probably, I might have even been there that day on the I think it might have been in 2011. Yeah, Adam Clayton. I can't remember. Do you know what? My memory's not as good as your stats, so I can't remember. But it was around about that time. Anyway, I went on Sunday. Took me eldest. You've probably seen the pictures and that. But it was absolutely. I went to Spurs away earlier on as well in. Not in the cup. It was in the. Was it in the cup or in the league? I can't remember. It was in the league early on in the season, and I thought that was bad. I went to London Stadium, and my God, is that bad? There's no atmosphere from the home fans at all. It's just awful. They sing the Bubbles song once before kick-off, float some bubbles out into the crowd, and then hardly cheer. The biggest cheer was at half-time when Tottenham were losing to Morecambe. That was the biggest cheer we heard. Leeds fans, fantastic, 9,000 or whatever it was away support. Made the day a little bit more sort of manageable, but other than that, the stadium, it's a shithole. They split. It's just crap. It's just not a football stadium.
What's the deal with that big empty space?
So that big empty space, I asked one of the stewards this. Apparently, that's where the band play when there's gigs on. So they've got all this empty space in case they've got a band on. That's not a fucking football stadium.
That's a music venue or something.
Like
you take the fucking seats out. You take the seats out to accommodate music. You don't accommodate the fucking music before the football.
That's stupid.
So yeah, you know what? It was all right. It was a good day out. There's not really a lot to say. Put it this way, I'll end it with they sell popcorn and candy floss on the terraces. So you could probably appreciate what sort of stadium it is.
Yeah, I've seen like the reviews from fans, and they said they've lost the soul. And Upton Park was one of those grounds that had so much character, and
it was intimidating as well.
Yeah, it was.
I remember going there and shitting myself because I was only. I think I was probably in my early 20s when I went, and I went there the other day, and literally everyone was just like walking down the street with like bloody ice creams in their hand, and it was like I was going to an NFL game or something like that. It didn't feel like a football match.
You really sold it to me there. I'm off on Sunday. Thanks.
I was going to say.
Well, I've been offered a ticket for Sunday, but we've been doing dry January and not really bothered now. I've seen it and been there. I'll probably give it a swerve. I think. I don't know yet. We'll see. It depends what the kids say.
It's not.
So
is it any different to Wembley, Luke? Is it any different to Wembley? Because I remember first time I went to Wembley, we had I've been to a lot of England games and that, and the old Wembley were class, and then went to New Wembley. And it's just fucking people doing Mexican waves and all sorts of bollocks.
So I can't really tell you the comparison because I've got a funny story here. When I was at school, I was due to go to the old Wembley on some England schoolboys football trial thing, like years and years and years ago. I used to be all right, but I'm shit now. I'm talking year 8 or something at school. Anyway, me and my brother went to Asda the night before to get me some pack up for the coach. And he nicked a CD. I think it was Now 21 or something. He nicked it from Asda and got caught. So we both got arrested by police. And my mum says, "You're not going now on that football trial." So my mum locked me in my bedroom, climbed out the window, and ran down to school. And that my mum chased me down to school and beat me up.
Nice.
So I can't really answer your question because I never went to Old Wembley. But
Wembley were class,
do you know what? It's pretty much a common theme in it with these new stadiums that they're soulless balls and they suck the atmosphere out of the Billing Ground or anywhere that was similar before. And then it's ultimately down to money in it. They make it into a big corporate money making scam. I'd call it a scam because it's not a football stadium. It is not a football stadium.
We're 5
It'll
years
be
away from having a halftime show. We'll have some cunt like Ella come on and do it.
Yeah,
here we
exactly.
go.
That's how it's going to end up, honestly.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Anyway, shall we get on to the next part of the show starts?
Yeah, we'll wrap up. Obviously, we are going to touch more on the game because of what happened, and I'll come to the prediction league. We don't have the prediction league at the moment. I don't know what I think I went 2-1.
Auto no better predictions.
That'll teach me.
Go on, Stats. You were saying we don't have any. I
don't think we have the predictions with us. I know I went 2-1 West Ham. I don't know what anybody else sort of went.
No,
we'll see if Gilly can get them put in the chat before we finish, and we'll try and run through them before we get the next predictions. And
we haven't got the full predictions. I went for a draw. Adam seems to think he went for 2-0 West Ham, but didn't actually predict anything. He's tried this one before. No, we're not having it. Cal never does it. Oh, Cal,
I did.
Didn't you?
I did. I think I went 3-1 Leeds or something stupid like that.
That's why you never predict.
I went 2-all through on penalties, but yeah, we'll update you on the predictions league and everything when Matt decides to show up. So yeah, other than that, I think it's the next part now, which is
I believe we are coming to the poll, and I hand over to Cal.
Twitter poll results.
So, see, you need to be a bit on the ball with him. Like, you don't start until you know for sure he's not going to pull you to one side there now. Like, so, right. So each week we ask you lovely folks on Twitter to vote on a poll for the main topic of the pod. This week we had, is VAR a waste of time? West Ham United sold their souls. Would we do the same for money and success? Club COVID cheating. Pitch invasion banning orders fair? Question mark. Now the winner on 46% is your Varking joking.
I love the energy, Carl. Love the energy.
Gotta be on the ball, like, you know what I mean.
I love it.
VAR. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to go to. It seems like he's talked everyone around to the top six theory tonight about the FA Cup. So I'm going to go to you first, Adam, man.
Honestly,
VAR.
I'm not sad. No, I'm sick of it. I don't want to talk about it. It's nonsense. We've said it time and time again. If they're gonna do it properly. Play it in every. It's winding me up. I'm sick of saying the same shit every week. Like, if they're going to do it consistently across every fucking game in the FA Cup third round for a start. Don't just apply to certain teams.
That's a fair comment.
Across the whole fucking board. You know, just because Morecambe aren't used to having VAR in their games, don't mean that they're not entitled to rubber the green on it. It's just fucking dog shit. I'm so bored of it, man. How can we have so many incompetent officials in the game? How can we have so many conspiracy theories in the game of football? It's 22 men on a pitch playing football and one dickhead in the middle who can't make a decision. That's all it is. It's fucking shit. I'm sick to death of VAR. I'm sick to death of Premier League football at the moment. It's like, we talk about the FA Cup not having anything, losing its shine and losing its sparkle and losing the passion. The Premier League's going the same way because it's just creating this vacuum of big money at the top six who are going to win everything, because if they don't win everything, they cry and they go and make another fucking league. And the weaker get weaker, the stronger get stronger. It's an epitome of what's going on in this fucking bullshit country, and I'm sick of it. Fuck VAR.
So, can somebody go around and check on Adam when we finish the poll, please? Just give him a knock for us just after the podcast, because he's not. That's not going to help. That bloody dry January's not going to help.
I'm bored of it, mate. Honestly, it's fucking doing my head in.
You should have.
And what do you really think of VAR then? If that's what dry January is doing to you, Adam?
It's working really well. I think the guys are getting it really right every time. It's going well. Fucking nuts. What a waste of time. What a waste of time.
Isn't it? It's like they should have at least one ex-player, I think, in the booth looking at it. Because the two morons in there, like two wrongs don't make a right. And they're getting it very wrong all the time. Like, So
even
think
Villa,
my view-
I hate. Sorry, Luke. I hate Villa as well.
Right.
Like, but obviously 3.5 minutes last night
yeah.
to disallow their goal for what? Because Cavani fell over on somebody. It's just bullshit. It really
Cavani
is.
ran
Like,
straight at him last night.
Yeah.
He saw
He threw himself to the floor.
Man, he
Where's
was
the foul?
6-7 yards away from him, and he saw
Yeah.
that he didn't move once. What? Like, where's like you're allowed to stand your ground?
Yeah.
I understand.
I
that
mean,
it's obstruction, but how is
Yeah,
that obstruction if he's not moving?
over two games that the majority of us have watched probably because we all watched the Leeds game on Sunday, and then there's no football on last night, so we probably watched scum. So over those two games alone, there's two decisions that absolutely speak volumes, and they're the complete opposite of each other. They're almost similar but completely opposite. So the first one, Leeds, for instance, with Jared Bowen, how he's not interfering with play it's not even tighter than two crisp pancakes back to back. Do you know what I mean? It's just mayhem. Like it's clearly offside. And then last night they've not even looked at I think the offside or the handball was more of a chance of not giving the goal, but they've given an obstruction on Cavani.
Yeah,
which is fucking mild. For interfering with play, they reckon the defenders interfered with play, even though he's 40 yards away from the ball. But Jared Bowen, who, as I said before, is tighter than two crisp pancakes back to back.
Yeah,
he fucking cannot. You just can't write it. And I think you're right, Cal. There needs that in some consistency. They need ex-players, not people massaging each other, not other referees at Stockley Park massaging their mate's back who's on a field 300 miles away and saying, "Look, we can't really say that you're wrong, so we'll knock you on the head." What they need is some ruthless ex-professionals. Roy Keane, fucking Gary Neville, Tony Yeboah, get him in there. Fuck it. Some real people who've played the game, who can actually take into account Meslier's been blocked there. Cavani's had fuck all done to him there. Do you know what I mean? And actually be honest about it. Or wire him up, and let us hear why they've not given it.
Wankers accountable. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
You know what? Have Roy Keane afterwards go, do you know what? That was a bullshit decision. Explain yourself.
Yeah,
well, players and say you fucking dived.
The managers get interviewed after the game. The players get interviewed after the game. Why not the fucking referees? Get them on.
Yeah, we said that on the B&C after the West Ham game, myself and Gilliam. We were like, if a decision is that controversial, where they've taken so long that it's just inconceivable how they got it wrong. Get whoever made the final call out. Get him out in front of a camera, interview him, and ask him, how did you come to that decision? Because from what we see, because people need the shit to stop, because no one's being held accountable.
Is it the nail on the head? Why does VAR work perfectly in other sports, cricket and football, rugby, as examples, but not in football? That's exactly why it does work, because they're wired up and they're accountable. You can hear this. You can hear what they're fucking saying.
Yes, and I think from my perspective is as a supporter, you can actually hear the third official, whatever you want to call them, in the booth at the Super League or at Lords or whatever, actually talking to whether it's the umpire or the referee to explain their decisions. If they actually did that instead of drawing these wonky, stupid lines, everyone in his dog could see Jared Bowen was offside on Sunday afternoon. And Mike Riley, to me, is one of the most incompetent officials I've ever seen. The amount of decisions he used to give for Man United when Fergie was there and what have you was ridiculous. And he's never held accountable. Why does he come out and talk to the press and explain his decisions? Because every week we are now talking about VAR. Every single game is VAR this and VAR that. And I like that. It's because it's school custody, you're not wrong. And it's like, I want to be talking about football. I want to come on podcasts and read the newspapers and read the reports and watch the match of the day and not listen to VAR. But every single game is an incident. And I think for me, and it's something that Adam said, I think it's unfair this weekend. Why should we have VAR up to the London Stadium and not have St Andrews when they're playing Plymouth? Why just have it at some of the grounds and not other grounds? That's not right to me. And it makes it unfair to start with, because I think there was a game in the FA Cup. I think Swindon played Man City on Friday night. There was a decision that had it gone to VAR, something different would have been happening rather than seeing that happen. It's not fair, and the PGMOL need to come out and explain the situation, explain decisions. The inconsistencies are driving us all bonkers, and it's like we must sound like a broken record.
Like the refs.
Did anybody know that? Sorry, just quickly, Carl. Jay's just commented. Do we know that football clubs have to pay for VAR and it's split 50-50? I never knew that.
Yeah,
there was the Exeter chairman was on. Talk Sport.
So hang on. So if a non-league club goes to a Premier League club in the cup, they're expected to pay 50% towards the VAR.
Yeah.
That's fucking shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like the VAR costs $9,000, so they have to pay $4,500 out of their takings.
I mean, all right, it doesn't sound a lot, but still, it's
But
fucking
to a lower
appalling.
league club like Exeter, like $4,500 could be 2 players' wages. You know,
fair.
So it's like, I don't think, me personally, I don't think they should have VAR in the FA Cup at all.
No.
I don't care.
All or nothing.
All or nothing. But you're like they have this big song and dance that they can't put it in the lower league grounds because they can't accommodate. Bollocks.
Correct.
If that's the case, you don't bring it into.
What happened if they get promoted? What happened if one of them managed to get promoted?
Exactly.
It's smoke and mirrors and a load of bullshit. That's all it is.
So I find it very hypocritical. That I find it really, really, the FA is bullshit anyway. And it's I find everything they do at the moment is hypocritical. They're saying about women's football and how they want it to be treated equally, and which is absolutely fine and as it should be. But they're not even doing that in 2 divisions below the Premier League. So where is the consistency going to come from? When is any level of football going to be on a consistent playing field when you've got certain teams who seem to be able to pay and get decisions? You've got no accountability from the FA. You've got no accountability from the referees, and everyone's protecting each other. The big top teams are protecting the referees. The FA are protecting the referees. They're protecting the top 6. It's no different to what's going on in the government around us. Adam, the little people are getting shafted.
Adam, without getting into politics, you make a good point there about how the big 6 and stuff. And this was one of the other options that I just wanted us all to talk about, because I think it's a great topic. And it's related to what you've just said. It is Jurgen Klopp and this false positives at Liverpool trying to get the games abandoned and stuff. Just really quickly, I know it's not related to VAR, and I know it was another option that didn't win, but it's related to pretty much what you said about the big boys looking after each other and getting sort of a free pass. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Me personally, it's cheating.
Honestly, yeah, it is cheating.
It's cheating. It's no different. It's no different to what you look at it in sport. The uproar when Max Verstappen managed to fucking con the FIA into getting that final lap shootout against Lewis Hamilton. Lewis lost because of the change in rule at the last minute. It's no different. It's not gamesmanship. It's not looking at the rules and finding a loophole. It's fucking blatant cheating.
Yeah.
And it's only teams that have got massive sponsorships, massive financial interests outside of this country. You look at that. All these clubs are owned by other foreign owners and that's absolutely fine. They've got the regulations in place, but nobody wants to see their team get stuffed. Nobody wants, So as soon as Liverpool have players going off to the AFCON, they have a couple of COVID cases. It's blatant cheating. It's absolute cheating. There's no other way around it, and nothing will get done. Nothing will get done. If Leeds refuse to play a game, we'd lose 3-0. We'd default 3-0, game over. That's it. And we bring the game into disrepute. It's bollocks.
I retweeted a tweet. I don't know if it was this morning or last night. It was something about the chances of winning the Euro Millions was like 0.0000715% or something. And the chances of having received 5 false positive COVID tests are about 1 million times less likely than winning the Euro Millions. And Klopp tried to claim 10 Liverpool players had received false positives. So yeah, look, it's nothing but cheating, and there's no other word about it. And we should literally fucking throw him in the bin. And he should have a healthy sanction thrown at him. He won't, but he should have, and so should Liverpool Football Club for supporting it through
docked points.
Through the FA, they should, and the Premier League should get together and say, look, we cannot have that, and to use a pandemic to try and benefit yourself as a football club. Not just a football club, but a football club that are fucking thriving anyway. Let's be honest. Yeah. He's not tried to do it to save him from relegation. He's not tried to do it to make a few quid. He's tried to do it to give himself the best possible opportunity of getting fucking Salah and Mane back.
Yeah.
That's it.
It is. Underhandedness. And that's all it is.
There should be a point before we go. Sorry. Remember when Sheffield United went down to like 9 men or something, and Warnock were trying to get another couple of players sent off and telling him to be injured so they could get the game abandoned and play it again. He got absolutely fucked by the British press for years, and everybody were fucking, that tarnished him for a good couple of years, to be fair. Yeah. And that wasn't even blatant cheating. This is in plain sight, blatant cheating. It's fucking.
I'm not sure what these comments are, but probably don't click them, folks. I think they've followed stats in this week.
I was reading them inboxes and I saw there was a few funny old messages. Is that what the sponsorship was it?
Also for me, goes back to having a party. Why Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, why did anything happen? What did they get in the end? Fines because the FA won't touch the big six.
Not even fines, really, those stats. To them, it was a pocket change. It was like throwing 50 pence in a bin, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The worst thing is, that fine that they got, they made on TV revenue from the third round of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a fucking problem with British football, English football at the moment. It's fucking dog shit. The whole lot is rotten to the core.
It is rotten to the core. And until, this could be a turning point for English football now, where it says, look, you fucked up, lads. Now we're going to punish you, and it's one of the big six, But it won't. Nothing will happen. It'll be the same shit. Someone that, that gobshite in Barcelona, he's still waffling on about wanting that Super League, and they're still trying it. Absolute asshats, a lot of them, man, and I just can't be dealing. Yeah, Adams made me angry now tonight. That's not fucking good.
Somebody go check around on Carl. Carl, why don't you and Adam meet halfway for a little walk? Just walk towards each other and don't stop.
Just to make matters worse, we have Michael Dean on Sunday afternoon at West Ham.
Fun times.
And I've just seen in the chat somewhere as well earlier on. Let me try and find it. We just had confirmed Coutinho signed as well. So confirmation that Coutinho signed for Villa. Do you know what? I thought Villa might tail off and start struggling, but it looks like they're going to be doing a bit of business if they sign Coutinho as well. So
he's doing a good job there, Stephen J. I know we've still got to play them twice, and we'll come to that in a few weeks' time. But finish off the VAR thing. I think to sum up, I think it's the inconsistencies that driving everybody mad. How one decision gets one call and another decision gets the complete opposite. And I think for me, referees should be held accountable and should be made to talk to the press at the end of the game to explain the decision.
What about just to finally wrap up? What about having somebody who, or maybe a team that is all they do? They don't referee. They don't go around the clubs. They don't do anything else. That is their job. As a VAR ref, and they don't move out of Stockley Park. They fucking stay there, and then we don't have conflicting different decisions, because that's referees do it on the pitch. That's fair enough, but when they're doing it in VAR, that's going to be the backup. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That should not be getting it wrong. But anyway, sorry, Carl. I'll let you say what you needed to say.
Stats was just about.
Yeah, well, I think we've done VAR to death yet again.
Fuck VAR.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a long time. And the only frustration for me is it works so well at the European Championships. It works well at the World Cup. In the Premier League, it's a bit disaster.
It's because it wasn't run by a corrupt organisation. Well, yeah, dickheads. I'd like to say corrupt organisation, but they're all fucking corrupt. But anyway, that's another podcast altogether.
Uniform November tangos.
Yes.
Something like that. Just before we move on, there's been a fourth goal at St Mary's. It's now Southampton 3, Brentford 1.
Brentford are down, I'm telling you.
I hope Brentford go down.
They're in a little bit of bother. I never beat Port Vale in the FA Cup on Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Premier League wise, they might start to slip, and I know we play them last day of the season. I'm hoping it's not a shooter. I think we'll be safe by then. anyway, but that's to come about a bit later. And talking about trips to London, guess what? We're back at London Stadium on Sunday.
Yes.
No, I'm not feeling that.
Well, excuse me, I'm going for a wee.
Oh, nice.
I know it's live, but it's TV, isn't it? We are fine.
It's not TV, it's YouTube.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
He's gone.
Oh,
Have
God,
we
I
got
couldn't have just left.
we got a promo, Luke, for the next opposition?
Oh, we've got a little bit of news about one of our sponsors or partners, or whatever they are.
Or to know better, we're excited to announce a new partnership. 3 Retro is the retro football shop. 3 Retro was born from the love of the game, from historical nights on the Cold Terrace, and from the love of vintage shirts of a bygone era. Find the referral link and discount code in our social media accounts and in the comments and descriptions of How to Know Better podcast recordings for a 10% discount on the full range.
Thank you very much for our sponsors there. So, for the first time since 1978, Leeds United, the same opposition, back-to-back in a league and cup tie. Back then, it was West Bromwich Albion in the, I think, the league and then the FA Cup. It's the other West. It's West Ham again this weekend. And Carl, I'll start with you. We're all sat there last night and a message from, or not to me, but on Instagram, Sam Greenwood pops up saying he's injured. You sat there thinking, Jesus Christ, here we go. And who's going to play up top? And then today, David Anderson from the Mirror has tweeted that Rodrigo and Bamford could be fit on Sunday. Could you see them featuring back at London Stadium?
I think Rodrigo's been out far too long to start. I can't recall him actually getting any minutes in with the under 23s at all. Bamford hasn't been out quite as long. But I don't know, like that young fella we brought in from Espanyol. It might be his time to shine. You don't know. Like he's a striker, so I think we're going to go with the back two of Helder and Koch anyway.
Yes.
I think.
Do you think Helder starts there?
Well, who else have we got, man?
I think Ailing might move in there.
Do you think?
I think it'll be. I don't think Helder will start in the Premier League. I think we'll line up with. I think it'll be Ailing and Koch in there. I think Dallas will play right back and Firpo left back.
Firpo might not be. I think Firpo's suspended.
No, Firpo is concussed, but we don't know if he's passed the protocols yet. We'll find out.
He was.
Llorente suspended. Firpo had his back against Arsenal after picking foul his fifth against Man City. So, I don't think I'm depending if Bamford and Rodrigo are fit and ever fit to start. I don't know, Luke. What do you think to that one?
I think they, if they're fit, I don't think they start. Absolutely not. But I think they play an important part off the bench. Who starts? Probably Dan. I think Dan James will probably start up front. And I also think we'll probably see Harrison and potentially Somerville start as well. I think he looked lively in the other. When he came on against him in the first leg, if you want to call it that, or the cup or whatever. He looked like he had quite a bit of energy, but whether or not he can do that from the off or not, it's a different question. Look, we're going to be really, really short this weekend when we go. You know, we've got a couple of suspensions as well. I'd be absolutely guessing that. Although we always guess, I think. I just don't know is the honest answer. I really can't even begin to think. If I had to guess, I'd go Meslier, Dallas, Ailing, Koch, Firpo, Forshaw, Bate. Forshaw, Click, and then Somerville, James, and Harrison, and then I need one more, don't I?
Rafinha?
Yeah.
In the 10.
Rafinha. Yeah, who would he play at 10? Probably Click will play at 10. So Bate might start. He had a good game the other day.
Yeah.
He was unlucky to be pulled off at half time, to be fair, wasn't he? Like, I thought he was doing quite well. Yeah. Against Souček as well. An established midfielder like that.
I think we're good, but I think Bielsa is really good at working with youngsters, and I think he's doing it to not only protect them, but to give them the best opportunity of succeeding. And to do that is giving them ample game time where that he feels is enough to give them an overview of how the game's played at that level, at that speed, but not for a full 90 minutes of intensity, because I don't think he genuinely thinks they're quite ready. He's been almost forced to play his hand with people like Struijk when we had the injury crisis at centre back and things like that. But I think he's really, really good at working with youngsters. And if it was Football Manager, he'd probably have a 20 on there for working with youngsters. What do you say, Adam?
Yeah, I'll give him a 20.
Fucking hell!
Talking about my
tramp's
enthusiasm,
vest, didn't there,
like.
tonight?
What's that?
Talking about my enthusiasm.
More life in a tramp's vest.
Oh, God. Adam, I'll come to you. Obviously, Leeds
Good luck with that.
into this game on the back of a morale-boosting 3-1 victory against Burnley in the league, and also lost the FA Cup last time out. How big a game is this as Leeds start the second half of the season on Sunday afternoon?
I think, if we're honest, we all expect a point would be a good result. So I don't think we can, I don't think we can get excited about a potential 3 points. I think a point would be a really, really good result, given what's going on. So, yeah, it's a massive game, but we're going to get a point at the best. Simple as that. There's nothing else. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Carl,
how's the game? How's the game going to flow, Adam?
We're going to get bombarded from set pieces,
Right. Which we seem to deal with okay the last day. Go on.
We did.
Go on. Keep going, Adam. You're not going 3 for 3 here tonight, lad. There's absolutely no way in hell you're coming out of this on top tonight. Like, come on.
Right, anyway, let's try it without Adam.
He's gone. He's gone. He's back again.
All right.
I'll come to you then, Carl. How easy is it for Bielsa to sort of go again? We know what West Ham are about. We played them 7 days ago. He knows what David Moyes' side is all about. So how easy will it be for him to pick up the place to go again on Sunday afternoon?
I don't think it'll be that hard to pick the players up, considering the lineup that we put out on Sunday. There was spells where they were quite good in parts, like, considering. But I also don't think West Ham were that good, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. To say that they put out quite a strong team, and then that wasn't a convincing 2-0 win by any stretch of the imagination. For up until their second goal, we kind of started to pin them in their own 18-yard box for a little while. So I think they can take a lot of positives from the game on Sunday to bring into the game next Sunday, because like Helder played well. Last time we debuted a youth player against West Ham. What's his name? Made an absolute mess of Antonio and Cresswell. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he marshalled them quite well, and I think Helder did the same thing. So I think there's a lot more positives to take out of it than there is negatives to try and bring the players back up. You know, we're not going to start with the same team. We'll have players, on the starting 11 that are going to be stronger than what started last Sunday. So, you'll have the likes of Rafinha, you'll have 2 established wingers, there's more established players to win. So there's a lot to kind of be positive about. But like I said, I don't think West Ham were that good on Sunday.
Do you think David Moyes has worked out Marcelo Bielsa? He's had 4 games. He's won all 4 games against him the last 2 seasons. Do you think he's got his number a little bit, or is it a case that Leeds, certainly in the game at Elland Road back in September, were unlucky to lose that game?
I think we're very unlucky to lose the game in September, to be honest with you. And I don't think it's fair to say that Moyes has the better of Bielsa, because I think every time we've played West Ham, we've had 2, maybe 3 significant injuries to our starting 11. Koch was out last time we played them. And then I think was Phillips out as well. I think Phillips was out against them when we played them at home. So every time we've played them, we've had, a starting 11 player has been, maybe 2, potentially 3 of them have been out. So to say that Moyes got the better of them, I don't think is a fair assessment. To say that our injuries and players being out has got the better of Bielsa against the likes of Moyes and West Ham, I think would be a more fair assessment towards Bielsa, really.
Luke, West Ham play tomorrow night. They play Norwich before they play us on Sunday. Does that give Leeds a bit of an advantage, having a free week on the training grounds?
I think so. Yeah, I think if ever we needed to play a team that are playing 3 games within a week and we don't, I think this would probably be it. And just to sort of elaborate what Carl said there, look, we put a weakened team out against a real strong West Ham side, and didn't look out of place. And other than a speculative goal and Meslier being in our stands for their second, where we were basically all out attack and everybody was up front, which was it was always going to happen. The second goal, we didn't look that out of place, and we controlled quite big area. Sorry, we've just had a comment come in and it's just thrown me off. Hi, Adam, miss you.
Yeah, that person.
Oh, is it your son?
Yeah, it's my boy.
Oh, bless him.
Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
Hiya. So yeah, that's I've never been so. I had a little tear in my eye then.
Well enough here, like.
Well, look, we didn't look out of place, and we certainly didn't look like a 16th place team playing 5th place team with youngsters in there. So there's every reason we can go there at the weekend, I think, and get something out of the game. And I think we'll either nick a win towards the end of the game, or a comfortable draw. I don't see us getting beat this weekend. And going back to what you said, playing against Norwich, it's not nice playing against Norwich. They're a physical side. They're not very good, but they'll make you run around a bit. And I think West Ham might be a bit tired. They've obviously got the Europa League to focus on as well, so they're still in a lot of competitions. They've got to take all that into account. And while they've got a bigger squad and a bigger chest of money to spend each year than us, because they're now an established Premier League side. I don't think we've got that much to worry about. They're not that much better than us. Has Bielsa has Moyes got one over Bielsa? No, he's just simply had better players at his disposal every time he's played us.
Yeah.
Just sort of looking ahead, I've got the fixtures for this weekend that sort of will involve Leeds, Burnley, Leicester. Obviously, there's noise tonight that Chris Wood is on his way up to Tyneside to sign for Newcastle United for £25 million, which could really leave Burnley in a lot of trouble because they don't score much goals as it is. Wood could then make his debut for Newcastle against Watford on Saturday, which is a real 6-pointer if Newcastle are going to stay in the league. And Norwich have got an underperforming Everton side at Carrow Road on Saturday afternoon there for all clubs concerned. Adam, I'll sort of come to you. What are the key battles? Is it going to be a case of sort of keeping Antonio quiet again and sort of keeping Jared Bowen quiet?
I think it's pinning their fullbacks back for me, and I think that's the key for us. We've got to play to our strengths when we're so depleted, and our strengths at the moment are our wingers.
No swearing, Adam.
Yeah, my son's watching. So I think we got to pin their wingers, pin their fullbacks back, and really play to our strengths. And if we do that, we might get somewhere. If we're playing Dan James up front, I don't. They're a big, strong, physical team. We're gonna struggle, so we're gonna need the wingers to come in.
Just on Dan James at the weekend, I don't know what it looked like on telly, Adam, but just on Dan James, he seemed to win a lot of fucking headers against their defenders for a small lad.
Do you know what? I didn't watch it, mate. Honestly, watch it.
I thought.
Did he, or was I imagining it?
He did.
He challenged for everything.
They came to nothing. He was winning headers in the centre circle and stuff, but he was getting up there and he was winning a lot of headers.
He was putting himself about a lot more than I had seen previously. Like he was. You
all right, Stats?
Yes, all good. My eyes were just going a little bit there.
We're talking him to sleep here, lads. Fucking hell. Bloody hell.
Oh, God.
This is a new look.
I think for my
It's probably a little bit. It's a little bit far fetched that one. Bremner's goes. Who knows? Maybe one day.
He is Welsh. He's halfway there. He's Welsh.
Similarities, and
I think from my point
he is
of
Welsh.
view,
Well done.
it gives us an opportunity to go there, and I think we can cause them problems. Look, we'll have the likes of Forshaw back. We'll have the likes of Dallas back, and Rafinha will start. I'm absolutely certain. Obviously, there's question marks on Junior Firpo. Diego Llorente will be suspended, unfortunately, for picking up his 5th yellow card in a game against Burnley, which what Stats been smoking. Lack of sleep. I think we can go there and cause them problems. I really do. I didn't think much. I watched the game back on Sunday. I was down at Bradford with the women, and I'll come to that game very shortly before we wrap up. But I believe we can go there and get a positive result, which sets us up nicely for a really big game, which is a real 6-pointer against Newcastle United a week on Saturday, which will come obviously next time out. But it is that time of the week. It's the time that we all put our heads together, and it's the prediction time.
Auto no better predictions.
Let's see how quick Bremner's ghost is today.
I must ask, how'd you get that voice to do the prediction, to do that thing with it? I was like, yeah.
No better predictions.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
He's fucking pulling you.
Brilliant. Right, we'll go round. Carl, I will start with you.
No, I'm back to not. I'm back to not predicting. I was predicting for the cup games, but I'm back to not predicting now for the league. So,
can you jot these down then, Carl?
I can indeed. Yeah, I will jot these down.
For the fans, why don't we ask Jacob if he'd like to give us a score from the fans?
Jacob,
if you're listening, what score do you think Leeds and West Ham's going to be? It doesn't matter if he doesn't watch, Adam.
He knows less than Jay.
Is Bremner's ghost going to come on?
I don't know about that.
Give us a
That's Ash. Sorry, Jacob.
Come on, Jake. Well, wait for that then. Go on, Stats.
Luke, you first.
I'm going to go for a cheeky 2-1 victory.
Ooh,
Jacob, you're not allowed to do that, mate.
West Ham will.
Adam, what you done to him, man?
I brought him up on sensibility.
So Luke's gone 2-1 for Leeds. We are looking for our first win at West for a very long 2-2. Mark Edison. I think that'll be a really, really good result. Adam?
I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Ooh. And I am going to sit on the fence. We're looking for our first victory away at West Ham since November 2002. Off the top of my head, I've not played them that often, to be fair, because I'm out of the Premier League for so long. Jacob is sleeping in the cellar.
Does Bremner's ghost know you better than we think, Adam?
I don't know who this is. I'm going to find out.
I think Bremner's ghost is Jacob.
I will go for a 1-1 draw. I think we can go there. I think we can cause them some problems. I don't think there'll be too much damage done psychologically for the FA Cup defeat. And yeah, we can go there and get a positive result. Obviously, we'll see the results with Newcastle, Watford. Poor Jake. He's sleeping in the cellar. And Leicester and what have you. But I had to miss a Jim. It's all coming out now. But yeah, one apiece for me. And as I say, this time next week will be the lead up to the big game against Newcastle. And then we've got a period of rest because obviously there is a week's winter's break. Oh, my little brother. A week's winter's break. And then obviously we're out the FA Cup and we'll come back against Aston Villa, I think, on the 8th or 9th of February. So, yeah. So me and you, Luke, have gone for positive results. Adam's gone for the claret and blue to come out on top on Sunday again.
Yeah, and I'd just love to beat them, just to shove it up the entitled twats that I've never been to a football match until they moved to London Stadium. The amount of arguments I had on Twitter over the last few days, absolutely nonsense. The fan base. I had a guy offered to meet me in the Carpenter's Arms before the game. I was like, "Do you think I'm actually fucking stupid that I'm going to walk into an away pub right before kickoff with a Leeds accent and meet you?" Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. Just bloody idiots out there. But one thing I do want to do, Stats, before we move on, because we don't have I'm a Statman as such so much more, I'm going to put you on the spot and give us some West Ham and Leeds stats.
Go on then. Right, this is literally unrehearsed. So I haven't come up with.
He's not ginger anymore. He's not ginger anymore.
Go to bed.
For our first victory away at West Ham since November 2002. We won 4-3 that day. We were 4-1 up at half-time. And that was the day that James Milner made his Leeds United debut back on November the 8th, 2002. And amazingly, he's still going strong. Now, I think since then we drew 1-0. David Healy got a late penalty, drew 2-2. Adam Clayton got a late goal in our last ever visit to Upton Park back in 2011-2012. And of course, we've yet to score at London Stadium, haven't we? We've lost both games there 2-0 last season. Although we had a goal disallowed last year, didn't we? VAR. Again, really ugly head. I think Tyler Roberts scored. It probably wasn't offside, but there you go. And I think you can look at the likes of Mervyn Day, Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Keane, who've sort of played. There's loads. George McCartney, who had a spell on loan. There's loads of players out there that have had spells at Leeds and West Ham. And, of course, West Ham will have happy memories of Elland Road because back in 1980, Frank Lampard Sr. danced around the corner flag in the FA Cup semi-final against Everton. And they went on to win the FA Cup by beating Arsenal at Wembley in that year when Trevor Brooking scored the winning goal. And talking of goals, it's now 4-1 for Southampton against Brentford. Shea Adams has got on the score sheet. So
bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, Brentford are starting to slip a little bit. So, yeah, right, it'd be nice. Go on.
Let's play a little game before we finish up then. Let's go around until a player that's played for all until we're all out. Play for both. Player that's played for both until we're out then.
What, West Ham and Leeds?
Yeah.
Oof.
Who's starting?
I'll start.
I'll start. No, you bloody won't.
Yeah.
Lee Bowyer.
You dick.
Wanker.
Yeah, Ferdinand. Rio. Who's next?
Robbie Keane.
Did Robbie Keane play for West Ham? Oh,
Robbie Keane had a spell at West Ham in 10-11.
I'm having a serious brain fart here. Like.
He's out. Let's go with Rob Green.
Rob Green.
That's a shout. Fuck. Stat said it, so I'm going to go with it. George McCartney.
I'll go with the goalkeeper, Mervyn Day.
Bloody hell. What about... Did Sam Byram go there?
Fuck, that was mine.
Of course it was. Do.
It's gone. Ooh, Brian Dean.
Brian Dean. I'm going to go for a Scottish friend of mine, Robert Snodgrass.
Robert Snoddy. Oh, let's have a think. Matthew Kilgallen.
Matthew Killer.
I'm struggling off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think I might be out here, Stats. I should let you go first. What about...
I'm struggling here myself.
Nah, that's me. I'm done. And
I think it's just me then. I'm back on my own.
As expected, Stats is the winner. Mr. Fountain of Knowledge himself. Yes. Good evening, Steve.
Evening, gentlemen. Hope all is well. Well, that just about wraps things up for another exciting hour. I've been thoroughly entertained. It's been wonderful joining us tonight. Luke, thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate. Thanks, everyone who came and watched and listened or whatever else you do.
Brilliant. Carl, thanks once again.
Cheers yourself. Thanks for all the comments as well. Brendan was ghost on the swerve, the Merv there as well. It's great.
And Mad Adam, thank you very much for coming on once again.
Cheers. Just one thing. If there's any social workers watching, my son is not staying in the cellar tonight.
Fit it for the horse's mouth. We'll be back. I think it's Bacardi and Coke on Sunday.
Berardi and Coke.
Berardi and Coke.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a special guest joining us. He's risen from the ashes. It's going to be myself and Smarty, but we're going to be joined by, hopefully, fingers crossed. It has been confirmed, but he's a little bit flaky, this guy. Simon Johnson at Ex-Leeds United going to be joining us Sunday after the West Ham game. So yeah, keep your eye out for that.
been a while.
That Simon Johnson, who made his Leeds United debut against West Ham's London opponents Charlton back on April the 12th, 2003. So there you go.
So we beat them 6-1?
It is. Sorry, April the 5th, not April the 12th. Yeah, I beat them 6-1 down at the Valley.
I've also now just thought of another Leeds and West Ham. Lee Chapman.
Lee Chapman, indeed. He had 2 spells at Elland Road. He actually got sent off.
Hard what Google will do for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I did Google that.
Yeah.
I've just Googled it.
Sent off, did Chappie, on his return to Elland Road against West Ham back in 95-96. Which, ironically,
And one more for you.
Yeah.
Hogan Ephraim.
Hogan Ephraim, he did.
Fuck
He did.
me.
Yeah, pull that one out of the hat. I'll give you that.
Hogan Ephraim squad. Yes, Accrington Stanley in the JPT. And just very quickly on Lee Chapman, he came back on loan. I don't know where he came from. I don't know if it was West Ham or somewhere else. He joined on loan. He actually joined from Ipswich back in January 96. Played against West Ham United back on January the 12th, 1996, which is the anniversary tomorrow. Got sent off. Elbowed Matt Reaper. Played one more game at Liverpool, lost 5-0.
I hope that's
That's my missus.
That's your missus.
That's my missus. I will.
She's not about you, is she?
I'm going to be having words.
In London. That's the fucking difference.
Yeah, mate,
right, lads. Take it easy. Thanks, everyone. Cheers, Stats. Well done, mate.
We're in London. That's the fucking difference.